So Tuesday night, the Lord woke me up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and wouldn't let me go back to sleep. And I was like, Lord, I'm tired. Lord, I got work tomorrow. Lord, and he just kept working on this analogy of a bow and a bow being drawn. And he was like, I want you to do a message on it. And I'm like, right? It's not my turn. And he was telling me, well, it's going to be a 5-minute message. Really, he was saying 3 minutes. I'm like, Lord, I can't do it in 3 minutes. So 5-minute message. And I'm like, but this week, I got to go to work tomorrow. And then Wes and I are leaving to go over to Scott's to put this beam up and the ceiling of his house, and we got to tear out a wall, and we got to put the beam in, and that's going to take till Saturday. We're going to drive over Thursday night, and we're going to be doing it all day Friday, and we're going to be maybe done on Saturday, and then we got to get back because Lydia's got her play on Saturday night, and we're going to have to be back, and it's 4 hours over there, and it's 4 hours back, and we got to be at this play on Saturday night by 7 o'clock, and then the play will be done, and then we were hosting the after kids whatever, and Mary Sue's got to work, and so Mark's going to have to host. And so then I got to do this message on Sunday morning, so I'm going to have to get up early and get this together. And he was like, no, you're going to do it. And so I kept thinking about it, and finally I'm like, fine, okay, fine.
Like, did he really give you a choice?
No. And so I'm like, okay, but then we're going to have 2 messages, because we're going to have this message, and will it go with the message that somebody else is giving? Because I hadn't really looked at the schedule to see who was doing what and that type of thing. And in my mind, I'm like, well, that would work really good if it was extended worship, because I could do the 5-minute message in extended worship. And when I came down to my desk Wednesday morning and I looked at the schedule, and it's this Sunday is extended worship. So I'm like, okay, God, okay. So this was my plan, that I'm going to draw this arrow and I'm going to shoot it into this bale of stuff. And the safety director, Mary Sue, said, So just what I, in my mind and in my thought, in this 5-minute message, where I wanted it to end, was this arrow smacking into this bale for kingdom impact. I won't do that, because my wife said, that could go so many ways wrong. And I don't really shoot this hardly ever. Yeah. So, Anthony, bring up that one scripture. Tommy, you're that little voice on my shoulder that I was having a conversation with this morning. I'm like, I think I can pull this off.
All I can hear is, what?
So this scripture, he trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. So what the Lord was working with me on is he has to stretch us so that we can have an impact. If I set this arrow on this bow, I put it in the nock, I do all of the stuff that I'm supposed to do. If I put it in here and I've got it loaded, but I don't stretch the bow, nothing happens. So when you go through that stretching and using this compound bow, it's really hard to pull until it breaks. There's that break point where then it gets really easy and I can hold it. But at first, it's really, really hard to pull till you get to that point. And then you can hold. And then the Lord can aim you and tell you when to let go. So you have the impact that he wants. He'll choose the target. And as I'm sitting here in Scott's doing worship, and I'm thinking about this, there were 4 of these up in the attic. I don't know why we have collected that many. And I was thinking, I should have brought them. There were kids' bows. It was, at different times we have collected them. There were kids' bows and there's bigger bows and other. And I should have had Noah and Josiah and Tommy all take a bow and say, okay, are you letting the Lord stretch you? Are you letting him pick the target? Are you letting him help you aim? And then are you letting him tell you when it's time to let go? When it's time to release? So what does stretching look like? Pain. Yeah. Yeah. He trains my hands for battle, and he strengthens my arms so they can bend a bow of bronze. So it's painful. You're going to probably have to sacrifice something. So as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about all of us right now, all of us in this time are the leadership for this church, are the impact for this church. It's not Mark, West, Troy. It's definitely not, because if I thought about who's being stretched right now, I thought about Tanya, that we have the food pantry, and we were going to kind of let that go. I mean, that was the discussion. Do we let that food pantry go? And Tanya said, I'll step up. I'll get the training. I'll do the paperwork. I'll figure this thing out. I'll connect with these people. She had to give up time to be able to do that so that we could keep that food pantry open. And last week and a half ago, 30 families were impacted because of that. I wasn't going to cry during this message, a 5-minute message, but if I think about the Lord doing that kind of thing, and then I started making a list, and I could list every one of you. Thursday night, worship team. Every Thursday night, they're here, right? Lift Kids said, we want to know more about Jesus. And so they have created Lift and doing all of this stuff to get that started, right? Don and Shelley have given up hours and hours and hours to days and days to make that happen. So where are you letting the Lord stretch you so that you can have a bigger impact? Because even with all of that, I think he wants to stretch us more. So I was thinking last Sunday, Don said, I think we need to have a prayer time once a month after church, here at the church. And I was hungry. And I was hangry. And I did not want to do it. But Mary Sue said, no, I think we should. So we did. And it was good. It was so good. And Mary Sue has said, I want to have these Bible studies on Tuesday night. That's totally her. I'm like, why? Tuesday's one of my big days at school, and I want to come home at 7 o'clock, and I want to sit on the couch, and I want to watch TV for a few minutes, and then I want to go to bed. But she said, no, I think we need to. So we started it 2 weeks ago, and Scott was faithful enough to show up. And then Scott and Shelly showed up. And the first week was good. And the second week, last week was, it was so good. It was so good. So again, where are you letting God stretch you? Because what we want to do is sit on the couch and watch TV. That's easy. You know, I want to sit on my phone. I want to play my games. You know, but he wants us to have kingdom impact. So where are we letting him stretch us? As Scott comes back up here in just a minute and plays, if you could think about that for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. And what I see, if I listed all of those things that other people are doing, it was Dawn, it was Shelly, it was Mary Sue, it was Tanya. Guys that in the competition, but we're losing right now. You know, where are we letting God stretch us? And at first, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard till it's not. So where are you letting him stretch you so you can help have an impact for his kingdom?